Okay. Allotment for Judah. The allotment for the tribe of Judah, according to the clans, extended down to the territory of Edom, to Deir Zim in the extreme south. Their southern boundary started from the bay at the southern end of the Dead Sea, crossed south of Scorpius Pass, continued on to Zin, and went over to the south of Kadesh Barnea. Then it ran past Hezron up to Adar and curved around Karka. It then passed along to Azmon and joined the Wadi of Egypt, ending at the Mediterranean Sea. This is their southern boundary. The eastern boundary is the Dead Sea as far as the mount of the Jordan. The eastern boundary of the Dead Sea as far as the mount of the Jordan. The northern boundary started from the bay of the sea at the mount of the Jordan, went up to Bet Hugaon and continued north of Bet Arabach to the stone of Bohan son of Reuben. The boundary went up to the Beer from the valley of Akor and turned north to Gilgal, which faces the pass of Adummin south of the George. It continued along to the waters of En Shemesh and came out at En Rogel. Then it ran up the valley of Ben Himon along the southern slope of the Jebusite city, this is Jerusalem. From there it climbed to the top of the hill west of the Himon valley at the northern end of the valley at Reb Harim. From the hilltop the boundary headed toward the spring of the waters of Nephtoach, came out at the towns of Mount Ebron and went down towards Balach. This is Kirich Jearim. Then it curved westward from Bawach to Mount Seir, ran along the northern slope of Mount Jearim, this is Kesalon, continued down to Bet Shemesh and crossed to Timnah. It went to the northern slope of Ekron, turned towards Shikeron, passed along the Mount Bawach and reached Jebneo. The boundary ended at the sea. Man, I'm not really paying attention to this shit because, like, they say words and shit, but I don't know what the fuck they mean. Like, Mount Bahar to the Dead Sea, I know where the Dead Sea is, I know where Jerusalem is, but like, what the fuck am I reading? I don't know where the fuck geography of Israel-ish area is, I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna do a research about it. I know vaguely where it is, the territory of Joshua. And it's not even the territory of the whole Israel, it's just the territory of Joshua, so I should not give a flying fuckity fuck about it. I think the western boundary is the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea. These are the boundaries around the people of Joshua by their clans. In accordance with the Lord's commands to him, Joshua gave to Caleb son of Jephunneh a portion in Judah, Kirat Arba, that is Herbon. Arba was the forefather of Anak. From Herbon, Caleb drove out the three Anakites Sheshai, Ahaman, and Taumai, the son of Anak. Wait, does Taumai mean anything in another language? Let me check. What is Akan? Because it sounds like fucking. Okay, because it sounds like a Taiwanese word, you know, like Taiwan, and you have fucking Tao Mai. It sounds like kind of like a dish or something. The son of Anak. For there he marched against the people living in the Beer, formerly called Kiriat Sepher, and Caleb said, I will give my daughter Akash in marriage to the man who attacked and captured Kiriat Sepher. Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's brother, took it, so Caleb gave his daughter Akash to him in marriage. One day when she came to Othel, she urged him to ask her father for a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb said to her, what can I do for you? She replied, do me a special favor, since you have given me land in the Negev. Give me also springs of water. So Caleb gave her the upper and lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Judah according to its clans. The southern towns of the tribe of Judah in the Negev towards the boundary of Edom were Kebzel Eder Jagur, Kinar Dimona Adadach, Kedesh Hazor Itnan, Zif Telem Beelot, Hazor Hadatz Keriot, Hezron, that is Hazor, Amam, Shema Moadah, Hazar Gadach, Heshom Bet Petlet, Hazar Shuau Bersheba, Biziotiach, Bewach, Luim, Ezem, Eutolad, Keseu, Hormach, Ziklag, Madbanach, Sensanach, Lebaot, Shuhim, Ain, and Rimon, a total of 29,000 villages in the western foothills. Eshtaol, Zorach, Ashnach, Zenoach, Enganim. Enganim, Tapachedab, Eshatou, Zoran, Ashnach, Zanoach, Enganim, Tapwach, Enam, Jarmut, Aduam, Sokoch, Azekach, Sharaim, Aditaim, and Gederach, or Gederothaim, 14,000 villages. Zenan, Hadashach, Migdalgad, Dilin, Mispar, Joktiu, Lachish, Boskat, Egon, Kabun, Lamchas, Kitlish, Kederot, Bet Dagon, Namach, and Makadach, 16,000 villages. Libna, Hetel, Ashan, Ipchtach, Ashnach, Nezib, Keliar, Agzib, and Mar Shah 9 towns and their villages. Ekron with its surrounding settlements and villages west of Akron, all that were in the vicinity of Ashdod together with their villages. Ashdod, its surrounding settlements and its villages, and Gaza, its settlements and villages, as far as the Wadi of Egypt and the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea, in the hill country. Shamir, Jatir, Sokoch, Danach, Kiryat Sanach, that is Debir, Anab, Eshtemoch, Anim, Goshen, Chovon, and Giwoch have 1,000 villages. Arab, Dubach, Heshan, Janim, Bet Tapuach, Abhekach, Humtach, Kiryat Arba, that is Herbon, and Zior, 9,000 villages. Maon, Carmel, Zivjutach, Jezreel, Jokdim, Zanoach, Cain Gibet, and Timnach, 10,000 villages. How Bet Zur Geot Maratach Bet Anot, and Eutekon, 6,000 villages. Kiryat Baal, this is Kiryat Jearim, and Rebuach, 2,000 villages. In the wilderness, Bet Arabach, Midin, Sekach, Nipsan, the city of South, and En Gedi, 6,000 villages. Judah could not dislodge the Jebusites who are living in Jerusalem. To this day, the Jebusites live there with the people of Judah. Okay. 16. Oh, so short! Oh, pleasure. The annulment of Joseph began at the Jordan east of the springs of Jericho and went up from there through the desert into the hill country of Bethel. It went up from Bethel. Okay, hold up. How many chapters do you have? 23. I'm already at 16. I'll finish this fucking shit soon, man. Good shit, man. Oh, Joseph began at the Jordan east of the springs of Jericho, yeah. It went over from Bethel. Okay, from there through the desert in the hill country of Bethel. It went on from Bethel, that is Luz, crossed over the territory of the Arkites in Atoroth, descended westwards into the territory of the Jepletites as far as the region of Lower Beth Horon and on to Gezer, ending at the Mediterranean Sea. So Manasseh and Ephraim, the descendants of Joseph, received their inheritance. This was the territory of Ephraim according to his clan. The boundary of their inheritance went from Adar to the west to Upper Beth Horon and continued to the Mediterranean Sea from Mikmethat on the north. It carved eastward to Tanach Shilon, passing by it to Genoach on the east. There it went down from Genoach to Ataroth, and Narach touched Jericho and came out at the Jordan. From Tepuach, the border went west to the Kenach ravine and ended up at the Mediterranean Sea. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the Ephraimites, according to its clans. It also included all the towns and their villages that were set aside for the Ephraimites within the inheritance of the Manassites. They did not disclose the Canaanites living in Gezer. To this day, Canaanites live among the people of Ephraim, but are required to do forced labor. Fuck you, bro. That sounds like too much. Like, fuck, you know. This was the atonement of the tribe of Manasseh, as Joseph firstborn, that is, for Machir Manasseh firstborn. Machir was the ancestor of the Gileadites. Wait, give me a second. I'm curious about this shit. The videos were 20 minutes. God lives. Holy shit. This shit was funny. Man, I'm funny with thumbnails. I respect that shit. Okay, let's keep going. Who had received Gilead and Bashar because the Mikirites were great soldiers. So this enrollment was for the rest of the people of Manasseh, the clans Abiezer, Helek, Asriel, Shechem, Hebher, and Shemida. These are the other male descendants of Manasseh, son of Joseph, by their clans. Now Zeobchehat, son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Makir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons but only daughters, whose names were Mahwah, Noah, Hogwah, Mikach, and Tirzah. Gilad, the son of Makir, the son of Melech, had no sons but only daughters, whose names were Manach, Noah, Hogwah, Milkach, and Tirzan. I'm curious about, like, can is nowadays. I'm that's cool, man. Noah. It's a cool fucking name. Respect. I didn't know it's a female now. I learned something new. Hogach, Milkach, and Tirzan. They went to Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the leaders, and said, "The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our relatives." So Joshua gave them an inheritance along with the borders of their father according to the Lord's command. Manasseh's share consisted of 10 give me a second. Manasseh's share consists of 10 what? 10 monkeys or 10 gay people or what? 10 tracts of land besides Gilead and Beth-Han, east of the Jordan, because the daughters of the tribe of Manasseh received an inheritance among their sons. The land of Gilead belonged to the rest of the descendants of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh extended from Asher to Mikmethach, east of Shechem. The boundary runs southward from there to include the people living at En Tapuach. Manasseh had the land of Tapuach, but Tapuach itself, on the boundary of Manasseh, belonged to the Ephraimites. Then the boundary continued south to the Kanach ravine. There were towns belonging to Ephraim lying among the towns of Manasseh, but the boundary of Manasseh was the northern side of the ravine and then to the Mediterranean Sea. On the south, the land belonged to Ephraim. On the north to Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh reached the Mediterranean Sea and bordered Asher on the north and Issachar on the east. Within Issachar and Asher, Manasseh also had Bet Shan, Iblim and the people of Dor and Dor Tanach and Medigo together with their surrounding settlements. Third in the list is Naphot. Yet the Manassets were not able to occupy these towns, for the Canaanites were determined to live in that region. However, when the Israelites grew stronger, they subjected the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not drive them out completely. The people of Joseph said to Joshua, "Why have you given us only one allotment and one portion of the inheritance? We are numerous people, and the Lord has blessed us abundantly. If you are so numerous," Joshua answered, "and if the hill country farm is too small for you, go up into the forest and clean the land for yourselves. There is the land of the Perizzites and the Raphites." The people of Joseph replied, "This hill country is not enough for us. All the people who the hill country is enough for us, all the Canaanites who live in the plain have carried filled with iron, both those in Beth-Shan and in settlements, and those in the valley of Jereu. Oh man, I'm not concentrated today with the Bible. I'm concentrated, but like, and checking my phone and shit. So I have to read like the next chapter as well. Who gives a flying fuck if I check my phone? No one's gonna be listening to this shit, especially, right? Yeah, no way someone will. Ooh, okay. The country is enough for blah blah blah. The settlements, okay, but Joshua said to the tribes of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, "You're numerous and very powerful. You have only one allotment, but the forested hill country as well. Killing it and its farthest limits will be yours. Through the Canaanites have chariots fitted with iron, and though they are strong, you can drive them out." Respect. Oh, it's kind of short. I can read it as well. Division of the rest of the land. The whole assembly of the Israelites gathered at Shiloh and set up a tent of meeting there. The country was brought under the control, but there were still 7 Israelite tribes who had not yet received the inheritance. Joshua said to the Israelites, "How long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord the God of your ancestors has given you? Appoint 3 men from each tribe. You will send them out to make a survey of the land and to write a description of it according to the inheritance to the inheritance of each. Then they will return to me. You are to divide the land into 7 parts. Judah is to remain in its territory on the south, and the tribe of Joseph in the territory on the north. After you have written descriptions of the 7 parts of the land, bring them here to me, and I will cast lots for you in the presence of the Lord our God. The Levites, however, did not get a portion among you, because the priestly service of the Lord is their inheritance, and Gad, Reuben, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have already received their inheritance on the east side of the Jordan. Most of the servants of the Lord gave it to them. As the men started on their way to map out the land, Joshua instructed them, "Go and make a survey of the land and write a description of it." Then return to me, and I will cast lots for you here at Shinon. Make survey, then return to me. Okay. They returned to me, and I'll cast lots for you here at Shinon in the presence of the Lord. So the men left and went to their land. They wrote the description on a scroll, town by town, in 7 parts, and returned to Joshua in the camp of Shinon. Is it Shinon, or like, what is the town name? To the town of what? Town by town, 7 parts, and returned Joshua in the camp of Shinon. Joshua then cast lots for them in Shinon in the presence of the Lord, and there he distributed the land for the Israelites according to their tribal divisions. Allotment for Benjamin. The first lot came up from the tribe of Benjamin according to its clans. Their allotted territory lay between the tribes of Judah and Joseph. On the north side, the boundary began at the Jordan, passed the northern slope of Jericho, and headed west into the hill country, coming out at the wilderness of Beth Aven. From there it crossed to the south slope of Luz, that is Bether, and went down to Atarot Adar on the hill country of Lower Beth Horon. From the hill facing Beth Horon on the south, the boundary turned south along the western side and came out at Kiryat Baal. This is Kirim Jearim, a town of the people of Judah. This was the western side. The northern side began at the outskirts of Kiryat Jearim on the west. At the boundary came out. Yeah, I just have to message someone. Give me a little second. What the fuck? Okay, I'm turning with the Wi-Fi so I don't get distracted for finishes. Okay. Curve down west. Okay, what? The boundary went down, came at the spring. Wait, the southern side of the outskirts of Kiryat Jearim on the west, and the boundary came out of the spring of the waters of Nephodach. The boundary went down to the foot of the hill facing the valley of Ben Himon, north of the valley of Rephaim. It continued down the Himon Valley along the western slope of the Jebel city, and so to En Rogel. It then curves north, went to En Shemesh, and continued to Geliot, which faces the pass of the Adumim, and ran down to the stone of Bonach, son of Rebel, and it continued to the northern slope of Bet Aradach, and on down the Arabach. It then went to the northern slope of Beth Hogwan and came out at the northern bay of the Dead Sea, at the mouth of the Jordan in the south. This was the southern boundary. The Jordan formed the boundary of the eastern side. These were the boundaries that marked out the inheritance of the clans of Benjamin on all sides. The tribe of Benjamin, according to its clans, had the following towns: Jericho, Beth Hoel, Kemir, Kizis, Bet Arabach, Zemaraim, Betel, Avim, Porach, Ophrach, Kephar, Ammoni, Ophni, and Geba, 12 towns and their villages, Gibeon, Remach, Betrod, Mispach, Kephar, Mozar, Kelem, Rekem, Irpeu, Irpeu, Tarach, Zafach, Hephels, and the Jebel city, this is Jerusalem, Gibich, and Kiryat, 14,000 villages. This was the inheritance of Benjamin for his clans. Respect. I started Joshua 19, start of it. Thank you for watching.